Hi guys, it's Arlie. Just going to quickly show you my January Dory quick flip through. You can look at my previous video to see how I set this up. I did pretty well doing the like accomplishments and then like data about the day, like the weather, a photo, something about the photo maybe, and then some journaling. This turns out to be a really good amount of space for journaling, daily journaling, yeah, so this worked pretty well. When I had a little bit of extra time, you know, like before dinner or in the morning, I would go through and add little things like the little bit of tape here. And I'm okay with empty space. There's no, you've heard me say this, but there's no planner police. And also you don't have to put things, you know, like if I didn't take this photo of the dogs on Monday the 16th, it doesn't matter. Unless it is something really specific about the day. This is just for me, and these are like my notes, so don't feel like you know, like you have to make room on the day if you don't have enough room for a photo on the day that it occurred, that you can't put the photo in. I haven't crossed this stuff out yet because I like crossing off my days, but I forgot to do that. And then this is another thing. I feel like I learned this a long time ago, maybe like high school. But when you have fairly good printing, or you write better when you write large, try doing a highlighter marker and then go around it, wait for it to dry if you're using a non-permanent pen, but wait for it to dry and then draw around it. And that's kind of a fun way to, I don't know, like practice your block lettering and I think I did it somewhere else, and make something kind of stand out. Like here, I could have done it. Oh, actually I did do it here, but I did it in orange. Oops, sorry, I just bumped the thing. So, but that's here. So that's a fun hand lettering trick. And then here I decided to switch to red pen. I really like black pen, but I think I was getting kind of burned out on black pen, so I thought it would brighten this page to use red pen for a while. And what I like is the Flare, Papermate Flare medium. And so I'm doing this has been really good to do a list of, instead of a to-do list, which I tend to text myself my to-do list in the morning, and then at the end of the day, I go through and think about all the things that I did and write them down. This was yesterday, and this is today. So that's that. And then let me show you my February setup. Okay, so February, I haven't put it together yet. What I did, so I'm going to insert here an image, and you can print it or write it down if you want. But so this is the Cocoa Daisy 2023 February Standard Dory, and you know, if you get it, you get these 5 striped pages up at the front, and I'm sure that works for some people, and that's probably why they put it at the front. But I like to have a striped page followed by 7 non-striped pages. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat a lot. Okay, so I like to have 1 striped page followed by 7 non-striped pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a striped page, and then so on. And I can't figure out how to configure it any differently than this, where the first page is striped and then it goes on. And then I've tried other ways in it, and I can't make my brain do it. And then here I have the stripe page 1, 2, center spread, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I couldn't decide, you know, I like to have my calendar in the center, but I couldn't make it work. Because if I added an extra page here, it messes up the whole, you know, what I just showed you. And then because February is very short, I could use one of the pages in the back. But I still like to have my calendar on one piece, and I really like to have it in the center. And then also, I think, I don't remember which month, was it October or November, I had it as a tip-in, whatever. So I actually printed this out. This font, I have this font, and I actually saved this file so I could use it again. And I just trimmed it to be the size of the dori, which is like 8.75 by 8.25 or something like that, the standard dori. So, you know, what you could do is print out the printable. And you could print out the A5 printable, and the A5 is a little larger, and it would give you room to play with it. And then, you know that it's kind of hard to figure it out. There's when I worked in graphics shops, we had this wheel to figure out, like, if I want a 1-inch thing to be 1.25 inches, you dial it in on the wheel, and it says that you need to increase it by 105% or whatever, and it gives you the exact percentage. I'm sure there is a ratio calculator online, and if I find one, I will link it in the description. But what you can do, instead of printing your PDF at 100% or actual size, the free printable, if you want it to be exactly a certain size, like if you like I don't know, one of the planner pages is the planner pages only come in A5 and personal. If you wanted to print the A5 so that it's wide enough or the exact size, you can go to the ratio calculator, and you have to figure out either the height or the width, and you dial it in and you say, this is the size it is, this is the size I want it to be, and it will give you a percentage. And then that's what you put into the PDF, you know, the little print box. And if you're asking it to be smaller, then you'll end up with white space around it. But if you're asking it to be larger, you will lose some off the edge of the page. But anyway, my point is, there's a way to play with the printable to create this page. And then the other thing is, you could also just create this with you know, a ruler and stuff on the back of one of the printables. So it just gives you, the printable gives you options. Another thing I'm going to do is, in the description, is give you a link to, not a link, but the name of this paper. It's not quite cardstock, and it's not quite printer paper, and it's perfect for Cocoa Daisy products. It's like sturdy. It's not quite the same as their pages. It's not quite the same as this. So it's really nice white paper, and I just love it so much. I always, when I see that I'm like halfway down, my stack is halfway used up, I order more because I'm kind of panicked. I don't want to not have it. So anyway, so that's my blah, blah, blah about that. So I still haven't done this yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do about the cover. I might fold it in. So I also haven't decided what to do on the back of this yet. And then I still need to number and stamp the pages. I just really like to have one page per day. I've considered doing it other ways. This is the way that works for me. And so, and it's the habit I'm used to, so that's what I'm going to keep doing. So that's it. I hope that I've given you some ideas for, you know, if you want to take apart your dori and play with it. If you do take it apart, you know, you pull the staples out, keep the cover, because the cover can be your template for this side, you know, like your center thing or your new cover if you're going to use new patterned paper for your cover. And then the other thing, which I'm sure you know if you've ever watched my videos or you've played, when a booklet is made at the printer, they make the whole booklet and then they put it all together and then they run it through this thing that slices it and cleans up the edge. And if you take it apart and rearrange the pages, the ones that used to be on the inside are going to be slightly narrower, and the ones that are on the outside like, you know, on the outside, are gonna be slightly larger. So if this bugs you, you could use an X-Acto blade and go through and clean this back up again. Sorry, I'm trying to get it in the shot. And of course, when I sew this, I'm gonna sew it with embroidery floss. It will pull it together a little bit. So, but it still is uneven. This doesn't bother me. Frankly, I like things that are a little wonky and mismatched, and that's just my aesthetic. Okay, so that's it. And let me know if this has helped you, or if there's something that I've mentioned that you want a link to or more information. That's it. Thanks for watching.